Good morning. As you can see, I am already on trail. I am over a mile and over 1,000 feet of gain into climbing Mount Washington. It is the middle of March. Spring is right around the corner. Gorgeous weather, and it is time to start spring conditioning. So I am marching myself up this mountain because I've got a lot of climbing I want to do this year, and got to start getting into shape. I've climbed Mount Washington before. It's a great climb, beautiful views, and it's about 8.5 miles round trip with 3,200 feet of gain. So I am about a third of the way there. Starts out in the forest, and then the views are gonna start coming, and the top is gonna be spectacular. Let's get going. Well, I made it off the creek that is the lower trail, and now I am on the snow, which is kind of a welcome relief because, oh boy, yeah, that middle section of trail is flooded. But it is March 18th, so spring is right around the corner, but it already feels like spring in the mountains. The sun is out, it's warm, the birds are chirping. I've seen the buds of a few wildflowers. The spring melt is already in full effect. So we still technically have a few more days of winter left, but the mountains are saying spring. And this has just been amazing to have this gorgeous weather to climb in. I am about a mile from the summit, and I'm almost in the sun again, so that's gonna be nice. And if I recall, the views are about to get really amazing. I am on the last set of switchbacks up to the summit. I made it into the sun, and yeah, it is feeling like spring. Had this amazing weather in the middle of March, and perfect day to be on the mountain. I am so close. I am 500 feet and I don't know, I want to say like 0.3 of a mile from the summit, and soon get those views really near. of Mount Washington. It is probably 60 degrees. I am at 4,200 and some odd number of feet. And this is the view. Oh my goodness. This is an awesome mountain. And I am all alone up here, which is one of the reasons I like it. It is not as popular, so there is solitude to be found. And I'm walking up to the summit here because the summit is kind of protected. So I'm like on this thing here, this little rocky knoll, and then the viewing area with the good view is there. But I mean, so glad I came back. This weather is perfect. Top of a mountain is the best place to enjoy a beautiful sunny day like this. All right, well, I will give the tour, summit of Mount Washington. And right behind me, you can see this is the weather station that they have up here right next to the summit. The true summit is right there. You got to stand on that to summit the mountain. And then weather station, which is kind of cool looking. But this is the main view that we have from this section of the summit. And I'm going to start over here at the very base of Mount Si is Little Si. Then we have Mount Si, Mount Tenerife, we have Greenway and Bessemer, and then this is further up the Middle Fork Valley, a lot of familiar locations around this area. That is the famous Mailbox Peak, and then behind it you can see the tip of Russian Butte, and I think we can even see part of the ridge of Mount Garfield. And then the best part of this view is you can see a white mountain over this way between these two peaks. That is Mount Baker. And then we have another white mountain over here, Glacier Peak. And I have to continue the tour further down the ridge because this is not a panoramic summit, but the views are panoramic if you kind of stitch it all together. And that is where the view of Rainier and some other mountains are. But not bad. I mean, gosh, it is amazing to be up here. There is no wind. And I think that view of Glacier Peak is probably my favorite. All right, well, I have come about 50 feet off the main summit to give the rest of the tour. And this is probably my favorite part of the view. Check this out. So, I mean, obviously the reason this part of the view is one of the best is we have Mount Rainier still covered in winter snow. And then also we have Chester Morse Lake Reservoir. This is the large lake that actually is the main water supply for Seattle. So it's usually can't get a view of this. This is one of the few places where you can get a view of this lake, and it's really cool looking from this vantage point. And there's little islands in it. You can see part of the dam down there, which is really cool. And then you can see all the way out to Seattle, and you can also see the tail end of the Olympics. Man. But yeah, you come for the view of Rainier. Well, I made it back, and I don't think I could have asked for a more perfect ending to what is technically winter, but it really already feels like spring is here in the mountains. I really like Mount Washington. It's a really good training hike, so I'm already well on my way to conditioning for a lot of climbing this spring and summer. The thing about it that is, I think, more challenging than mountains like Mount Si is it has the same amount of gain, but there are significant portions of it that are basically flat. So the parts where you are climbing are steeper, if that makes sense. But I really love it. I think some of the views that you get on this mountain are really unique, and it is just so peaceful and quiet, and an amazing way to enjoy this weather that we've been having. It's just been gorgeous here in the mountains. We're showing off, and oh, that view of Mount Rainier. Anyway, I am very excited now that winter is over, and because I have a lot of things planned for spring. With this warm weather, it is going to be wildflower season before we know it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and here are my favorite pictures from the trail today. Enjoy.